Joe Biden, it's game on, for goodness sakes. And this will, ladies and gentlemen, cost him the election. This is the economy and the border all trapped up in one with one big red shiny bow because it's a pile of you-know-what that's getting delivered onto your doorstep, courtesy of this president and his wacky administration. You know, it's so bad that even Dwayne Johnson is not going to vote for him anymore. I mean, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he was actually pro-Biden back in the day. Do we have the clip, Drew, from 2020? Dwayne Johnson saying he was all in for Biden. The nice guy, Joe Biden. Dumb, but nice.
Happy Sunday, everybody. We are approximately 5 weeks away from Election Day, arguably the most critical election our country has seen in decades. Now, that said, I'm going to be pushing this political conversation just a little bit more. Now, look, I've got friends in all parties, but the one thing that we can always agree on is the conversation and the dialogue, and where that conversation lands is always the most critical part. Now, this is something that I've certainly not done in the past, so I'm going to go big. You guys know me. If I go big. So, guys, I had the opportunity to sit down with Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris to talk about a number of important issues that we're facing as a country. I thought it was a great and extremely productive conversation that we had. And as a registered independent for years now with centrist ideologies, I do feel that Vice President Biden and Senator Harris are the best choice to lead our country, and I am endorsing them to become president and vice president of our United States.
All right. Well, that was 2020. Fast forward, ladies and gentlemen, to now, and here you go. Dwayne Johnson.
Happy that you made that endorsement in 2020? Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no.
Well, he got religion, as they say, smartened up. He's not the only one. I mean, there's a reason that poll after poll after poll shows people are so incredibly disappointed with Joe Biden, the Joe Biden that they voted for. I sat here, I told everyone, you guys weren't listening. Of course, we didn't have 200 and how many? 57,000, you guys. I mean, wow, we didn't have this many YouTube. I actually wasn't on YouTube up until maybe a year ago. We had a channel and everything, but we weren't here. Reminder, subscribe. But I sat here and I was like, listen, policy matters. Like, I know it might feel a little boring and whatever, but stuff like economic policy, like, it matters. Border policy matters. International policy matters. All of this stuff, it really, 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 tax policy. Thank you very much. It matters. So all this stuff matters. And yet people are like, oh, he seems nice and he doesn't have any mean tweets. Well, you know what you got? You got a 45% increase in the amount of your gas prices. It costs you 45% more. AAA out with that data this week than it did when Donald Trump was president. Median incomes during Donald Trump's presidency, they rose by the most they had risen since what? JFK. I mean, you had to go back some 50 plus years to ever see anything like that. Middle incomes now, they're getting squashed. I mean, it's like the middle class. I talk about the hourglass economy. You got a lot on top. You got a lot on the bottom. They got all kinds of aids. Hey, you're an illegal migrant. We will give you a cash cart, a phone, a hotel, meals, and what do you know? A job. You'll get included in our jobs report. You'll make us look really good and we'll make you happy. Okay, so all those people on the bottom. And what happens to everyday Americans, the middle class, that has built our country into what we are and what we need to be? The husband and wife, the two kids, the picket fence, the dog, the whole 9 yards, the middle class of America Squeezed and squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. Think about that hourglass. Biden's friends on the top, they're doing fine. Biden's who knows what on the bottom, he's taking care of them, but everybody else is stuck. And this is why people feel so passionately about Donald Trump. Look, it's part of why I started. It's why I feel so passionately about you looking out for your financial future, because you know Joe's not going to do it. You know your company is not going to be there to make sure that you have a job during difficult times. You know that it's hard out there, and you got to take care of yourself. You're going to take care of your family. You got to take care of your future. And there's no better way to do that than to start investing today. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, and we can do we have some of this at 76research.com, a little bit of primer stuff for you, because you want to make sure you're paying off your debt and this, that, and the other. And there's good debt, there's bad debt being credit cards, good debt, hopefully being like a 2% mortgage rate. But, once you've kind of worked through that, you got to plan for your future. And you can't trust. Honestly, I mean, I'd like to say you could, but you can't necessarily trust your retirement plan. You're a teacher, you're a cop, you get a retirement plan. Good luck. I mean, you got BlackRock running it, and they're investing in Disney, for goodness sakes. And voting for Bob Iger at Disney as those shares just lose so much money. You think about, going down to where they've been and where they are right now versus the $200 they were just a few years ago. In other words, those people are more concerned with woke capitalism and having the right kinds of friends and doing the right ESG, DEI nonsense stuff than they are about you and your future. So Rob and I started this so that hopefully you can take some of this into your own hands. Go to 76research.com, sign up for the free stuff. Think about signing up for the 76 report. I'm so proud of this because this is a new model. Normally, this kind of research, and I'm not blowing my own horn or tooting my own horn or whatever. This is actually really expensive stuff. I mean, Rob has an incredible background in finance. And typically the way these kinds of firms work is that they sell institution to institution. So it's like a B2B business. And I was like, forget that. We need to go out and actually help people. Really, really help people. So we need to make this affordable. Well, how do we make it affordable? We do it at a mass scale. So we give all of this research to you at a very affordable price. And obviously I have a bigger audience than, say, the little boutique on Wall Street. So that is the plan. You're part of it. We're here for you. The 76 report and the model portfolios where we tell you what you need to be invested in for the future. Check it out.